Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Statues Podcast. I'm your host, Danang. It's so good to be back. Before we go ahead and start, I have a very quick announcement. The podcast is now a short form podcast instead of a long form podcast. This season is majority of it is just going to be me talking with you guys, and I hope you guys don't mind that. If we do have guests for however long that episode is, it'll be however long it is. With that being said, let's get on with the show. For today's episode, I have a clip, so I'm going to go ahead and play that right here.
Don't be afraid to close your eyes and dream, but then open your eyes and see. For a lot of people, the distance between their dreams and their reality is intimidating, and they get stuck. The only way forward is to decide that you want that dream so bad that you are going to work harder, you're going to get up earlier, you're going to stay later, you're going to push past the people who doubted you and laughed at you and hated on you. I want you to be fearless. I want you to be decisive. I want you to make a decision right now that when you fail and you fall to your knees, I want you to remember the power of you, and I want you to get back up on your feet. Make a decision today that when you're in the darkness, you'll remember the power of you.
Yeah, so today's episode is about dreams and reality. And one of the reasons why I bring that up is because I think dreams are something that helped start my career. And what I mean by that is I was someone that wasn't good at school. You know, I didn't have any faith in myself for even graduating high school. But I think once I found what I really wanted to do, it was the dream that I could do this every day. It was the dream of this could be my life that helped push me to a point where it did become a reality. And dreams and reality, right? The thing about dreams and reality is that it borders a very dangerous line of delusion too. You can't delude yourself. You have to understand the realities behind your dreams. You know, I understood very quickly that the dreams that I had when I was in high school, in college, even after college, were going to be something extremely hard to get to in reality. And so I had to work my butt off to get to a point where I started to see those things become a reality. And, I say this because sometimes I hear what these kids, or I hear what kids have to say about their dreams. And I don't ever want to put down someone's dreams because I had a lot of people put my dreams down. But you have to remember the realistic views behind these dreams, the realistic aspects of chasing these dreams, the sacrifices, the losses that you're going to have. You can't expect to go through this without losing anything and without failing at least once. You know, before I got to this point, I had failed, I don't know how many times. And failure is a huge part when it comes to having dreams and the realities behind having these dreams. It's hard, and it never gets easier. Even at a point where you feel like you're stable, you're not, because you understand that these dreams are dreams for a reason. They're dreams until they become a reality. Dreams diminish if they are not put into action. And that's the thing, right? For me, my dreams were something that I held very sacred to me. You know, like my first company was called D&V. And originally I had created it in college as a means for me to kind of just post things. It was kind of like my initials, Denang Vang. But when D&V started taking off and I started getting recognition, you know, I was asked, what does D&V stand for? And I didn't want to say my name. You know, very quickly I came up with Dreams and Visions. because these are the things that I grew up on. These were the things that my company was based off of. It was the dreams and the visions of the many that were going to be a part of it, including myself. And even now, I have many dreams, and many of the dreams that I had when I was a kid have become a reality for me. And that's the thing that keeps me going when it gets tough, is the fact that I saw these things become a reality. How many people get to say that? How many people really do get to say that the dreams that they had became a reality? Not many. But I was very grateful for the many opportunities that I had and that I took, because I think with these opportunities also came a learning experience that I wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. You know, like, even when I was lost in reality, when I felt like nothing was going right, I knew that my dreams were the only thing that were right. And even if I was lost with real life, I used my dreams as a means to push me forward until life became right again. And I think that's something that motivated me and pushed me to be where I am and how I am today. A lot of my success comes from believing in myself. And you have to believe in yourself. It becomes a thing where you have to believe in yourself, because you have to understand that no one's going to believe you more than you will. If someone believes you more than you do yourself, you're not going to get far. Because eventually, these people stop believing in you if you do not believe in yourself. I believed in myself, and that's why, for me, I was grateful. I was happy that every time I passed a milestone for myself, I could appreciate every second of it, every moment of it, because I believed in myself. I believed that I could get myself there. Working in entertainment isn't easy, you know, like talking to a camera, learning all the stuff that I know, the skill sets that I have over the span of 10 years isn't easy. But I've been able to do it. Managing artists isn't easy, because these artists, when they come to you, they don't believe in themselves. A lot of these artists that I work with, let me rephrase it. It's not that they don't believe in themselves. It's that they don't understand how big the world is outside of the world that they live in. And so it gets very hard for them to understand. And sometimes they quit. Sometimes they have meltdowns and breakdowns, and that's perfectly normal. This is life. Having a dream and seeing reality is where experience comes in and helps push you to a point where you become better than you were yesterday. You know, like, for me, I started believing in the power of dreams because I had none when I was a kid. Of course, you go to school, you're told being a doctor, being a lawyer, doing this and doing that will make a lot of money. But, you know, as a kid, I think you do have a sense of right and wrong when it comes to your own happiness. And I think I had that when I was a kid. Being told, you got to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you know, hearing from family members that, oh, you know, I'm gonna go and be a doctor, and you kind of get compared, right? You get compared subconsciously. Oh, well, their son is their son is working in entertainment. My daughter and my son are working in this and that, and yeah, it gets to you. But you can never stop believing in these dreams. There's so much power with dreaming. I think if you put enough effort, enough work habits and persistence, you can get to a point where these dreams do become a reality. And For me, it was the small things. It was the small things like I wanted to create a project, or I wanted to host a concert, or I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. And you slowly do it, one thing at a time. And it leads you to a point where you can start to believe in yourself. For me, I'm an extremist. So when I feel like I lack something, I push myself and I go full out into doing this thing. And when I do that, it kind of reignites this fire that I've missed, or maybe it was pushed away on the side because I was dealing with certain things. As a kid, I understood that I had dreams and I had aspirations. And eventually I could get there. Eventually I was going to get there. And I understood that. I focused on one thing. And from that one thing, I was able to push myself to a point where I'm now, I'm now an owner of a company. I now help people for a living. I now can do what I do for a living. And it's amazing. It feels great. These dreams and these aspirations don't have to be big. Your job doesn't have to be something extravagant. If it's extravagant to you, if you love what you do, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. I think this talk about dreams are cheap. Talk is cheap. It is. You got to put in the work and take this cheap talk, take that dream and build it slowly into something that can sustain and keep you happy all the time. A couple months back, I was reading Will Smith's memoir. It's called, I think, Will. And in it, before he even starts the book, he talks about how his father instilled this one thing. It was laying one brick at a time. Instead of focusing on the big thing, it's laying one brick at a time perfectly, so that when you're finished, it can't be broken. And I 100% believe in it. That if you want to have these dreams and face reality, that you need to lay each brick perfectly. Take the time to understand and love, cherish each brick that you lay. And when you can and you do and it's finished and you're able to step away and look at it, you'll always have a foundation to fall on when you fall, because you will fall. And that's the thing about me, right? Is I'm not perfect. I've fallen many times, but my foundation is perfect. I land on the foundation that I understand how to build, so I can. These are dreams and reality to me. The dreams of people are extremely strong, but you have to understand the realities behind these dreams and work hard to accomplish them. I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. I know it's very short, but I was able to, converse with you guys, talk with you guys about things that I'm passionate about. If you guys have any clips, or if you guys have anything that you guys want me to talk about or kind of just talk with you guys about, put it down in the comments, or you guys can email us. Email us at statuescollective@gmail.com. It'll be down in the description. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like these, if you don't, let me know. Thank you guys so much. This is your host, and we're signing off. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.